Well, in this video, I will explain the differences and similarities that I found in two documents. One is type supervision and the other one is free supervision in education. So those documents for me are actually like quite similar, but I just found the difference that one is more focused for like kind of business and other stuff, and the other one is more for education, right? So even though when they are like they have that difference, they are quite similar because I think that if even like some types of supervision inside of each one, they are similar even though when they have like a different purpose or focus. So I will like say that even they are really similar, they also have like that difference that one is focus for education and the other is for business, right? So let's keep going. Let's move on as well. uh, the first one is that this type of business regulation supervision that is for business. uh, there was bureaucratic and authoritarian supervision. And this one, I found one that it's really like uh, important for me. Like subordinates are required to follow those rules and regulation very strictly. So teachers in this case, they need to follow the guidelines that are given by the supervisor. So they don't have that much freedom and they cannot do many things outside of those rules. And regulation are laid down by the supervisor, so it's the same. They cannot modify, they cannot change, they cannot do anything, right? In bureaucratic and authoritarian supervision, they they just need to follow. They must follow the regulation and guidelines given, and any intervention from his subordinates. So, for example, the subordinates are they cannot provide feedback or support or help, since the ones that should modify these kind of situations are the supervisors. Also, this is kind of I think that a consequence that this is to tackle discipline problems when teachers are not disciplined and they need to follow the guidelines, so they need to follow them, and they if they're disciplined, it's going to be hard for them to follow. So it's easy to have disciplined teachers. It's easier. Also, well, I found democratical laissez faire supervision, where even when laissez faire supervision, it gives like totally freedom to teachers, and democratic gives some freedom, but this freedom is regulated to provide support and feedback, and also when it's democratic, all the educative community is involved in the process. So that's why freedom is allowed to the subordinates in this case, in this kind of supervision. So they don't have that much freedom, but they have some that they can, that it's good for them to give their opinion and share. And then I found some difference among democratic and laissez-faire supervision as well, that supervisors are according to the mutual consent and discussion. So in laissez-faire supervision, teachers can do whatever they want, and in democratic, they need to follow some guidelines, and they provide support, but they are not the only ones who decide. Then we got in the other document that it's about staff supervision available in education. I just found one similarity. Even though when those were similar, I just found one similarity. The teachers that is inspection and democratic leadership supervision. The teacher becomes alert about his duties and responsibilities, and as well that they active teacher to have proper readiness. So with this, teachers are aware of that they want to do or what they need to do or what they must do in order to reach a goal, and they don't get behind the process. So in this inspection and democratic leadership, teachers are kind of supported by the supervisor, and that's why they give some feedback to them. I found many differences actually in this document among absolute freedom, that it's no hard and fast rules for him to follow guidelines. So teachers in absolute freedom, as it says, so they have total freedom to do whatever they want. And training in direction, that it's the one that I think that it's the best one. Teachers should give in given service training on the last developed methods after work that the supervisors are going to carry out their process, their activities. So in this case, that I think that is the best one. Teachers are supported by the supervisor, not only they are not only evaluated, they are also supported. So I think that these types of supervision are really good because teachers can have different opportunities to be evaluated, but also as well the coordination of the school. So they have a really good chance to work.